Headline news most affecting Chilliwack this week. The heat records fell, and it's going to stay warm for the next week. Social media lighting up with postings of kids and animals in overheated vehicles. Rotary Pool will reopen just in time to cool down. And the always nasty issue of parking at Cultus Lake. All right, Chilliwack, let's get started. Our top story brought to you by Hofstede's Country Barn. All-time records, not just daily heat records, fell at the start of this week. Cooling centers throughout the valley were set up for seniors, kids, and the homeless just to try and beat the heat. Now, while the 40-degree heat is over, summer is here. It's nearly 30-degree heat for the next week, at least until next Wednesday. Fraser Health and EHS responding to many calls of seniors in distress due to the heat. In fact, as we go to air, at least 150 people have now died in British Columbia because of the hot temperatures. The downtown Chilliwack Community Market was canceled last Sunday because of the heat. It is expected to be up and running this coming Sunday. Social media lighting up after a Chilliwack woman left her two kids, one 12 and the other only 3 years old. This in a hot car in the Walmart parking lot. This happened back on Sunday. Mounties have charged a 32-year-old woman with a number of offenses, and while she was being arrested inside the Walmart, she was in, quote, possession of a controlled substance. So the Mounties now say charges for that are under consideration. Also on the weekend, drivers on Highway 1 through Hope and then into the interior were horrified when they saw an RV with a dog in a carrier anchored into the back bumper. And now eventually a Soyuz Mounties found this RV. Charges against the driver are pending, including endangerment to an animal. Now the dog is okay physically and is in care of SPCA.
The best thing about Hofstede's is their endless supply of muffins and cinnamon buns.
In a statement on their Facebook page from the Cultus Lake Community Association, FVRD Electoral Area H Director Taryn Dixon addressed that nasty concern of parking along Columbia Valley Highway. Last year, the Ministry of Transportation placed hundreds of cones along the highway to prevent excess parking and the infractions. The subject has come up again. FVRD nor the park itself actually are the people to complain to. You have to call the RCMP. Unfortunately, FVRD does not have jurisdiction to ticket or tow. The cars are on ministry right-of-way, so the group with the responsibility to ticket and tow, those are the Mounties. And they actually have to physically hand over a ticket in person, just like a speeding ticket, and not able to leave it on your windshield. It's not like a city bylaw where a bylaw officer can do that and then ticket and tow. The roads are the provincial responsibility. At a recent meeting, Taryn Dixon was told by Mountie inspectors that if people have concerns, call RCMP 604-792-4611 or just call the RCMP if you Google the number for Chilliwack Mounties. The Chilliwack Rotary Outdoor Pool near the Chilliwack Secondary School will open in July, but an exact date is yet to be set. Details on pool hours can be found at the City of Chilliwack website. As well, art classes at the Chilliwack Cultural Center are running with socially distant policies in effect. Courtney McQueen is a Chilliwack writer who's joined other writers in a project called Mom Babes. It's a book, a collection of stories from a number of writers and their mom experiences. Now, this is not a how-to book. It's sharing the trials and tribulations of being a mom in 2021. Their mission statement reads, and I quote, to create opportunities through adventure, to challenge people, to help them achieve personal growth. The book can be purchased through the website, themombabes.com. Note, put in the Mom Babes, otherwise you go to a different site. Bridal Veil's mountain resort proposal for development has hinted they would like to be part of any bid for the 2030 Winter Olympics and Paralympics, and before any of that consideration happens, Vancouver would actually have to win that Olympic bid. Cascade were the first to make their gondola pitch. That was back in 2019. Their idea is a little more down to earth, or should we say up in the sky. As part of the vision for the Cascade Skyline Gondola project and through the planning process over the last 4 years, early discussions took place with the paragliding community to consider the possibility of creating a world-class paragliding center. This collaboration to review the current sites has been historically used at Bridal Falls and the surrounding areas, and it was determined that there is a real opportunity to create either a national or international center for paragliding, given the quality of the site and the, pardon the pun, soaring conditions. Unlike last year with the pandemic shutting down a number of celebrations, the Chilliwack Alano Club's back in action. The Alano will be throwing open the doors in a socially responsible way and inviting you to discover what the Alano Society has been doing since the 1940s, helping people sober up and clean up. Now, they've been in their building on Victoria and Nowell since 1982. The Alano is holding a Public Appreciation Day on Sunday, and there's lots of parking across the street at the Chilliwack Business Center parking lot. Providing a safe meeting place for people in recovery from drugs and alcohol is what it's all about. It's a family event with music and a barbecue. All proceeds to help the Alano Club continue their work, and memberships are available. To commemorate World Environment Month, Molson Coors Beverage Company's Fraser Valley Brewery, located here in Chilliwack, is supporting local water conservation through the area. The support includes a $10,000 donation to the Fraser Valley Watershed Coalition to help conserve, restore, and enhance local watersheds to benefit people, biodiversity, and the environment throughout the region. The coalition is a local charity that leads active watershed restoration as well enhancement projects and fosters stewardship through science, collaboration, and the integration of social, economic, and environmental values. It is Canada Day, and with calls to cancel Canada Day municipal celebrations around the country, the City of Chilliwack opted to observe today with a chillTV produced program. Envision Financial and Rotary Club of Chilliwack's Canada Reflections Chilliwack Voices. The 70-minute show premiered earlier today and consists of music, drama, comedy, and history. It's brought to you by Chilliwack performers with a Chilliwack focus. First Nation groups originally scheduled to be on the program withdrew during this period of grieving. The show is dedicated to the memory of the children that lost their lives, as well as the survivors and those impacted by the national tragedy of the residential schools. You can watch the program on chillTV.ca, as well the Facebook and YouTube channels of chillTV. UFA's basketball teams will tip off the 21-22 Canada West campaign at home October the 29th, taking on the UBC Okanagan Heat. The Cascades' full Canada West regular season schedule was unveiled last Friday, the home opener weekend, October 29th, and as well followed by the October 30th games against the UNBC Timberwolves. Meanwhile, both the UFE and Trinity Western University's soccer programs unveiled their 2021 schedule. The Cascades women's and men's team have a bye to open the campaign and kick off their conference slate with a couple of games against the Victoria Vikings the September 17th and the 19th. And in addition to the season opener series against UBCO, the Trinity West Spartans men's and women's 12-match schedules feature home weekend games against UFV on that September the 24th and 25th, and UVic October 8th and 9th. The road slate continues with trips to UNBC in September, Thompson Rivers October 1st and 2nd, and UBC October 15th and 16th. TWU's women's team returns to the Spartans home park, and that will mark nearly 2 years since last hosting a regular season or a playoff contest. Harkening back to the team's 2-1 win over UFE. That was the Canada West quarterfinals in October of 2019. chillTV weather. After the week of record-breaking heat, the summer is not going to let up, although near 30 degrees for the weekend will feel cool compared to earlier this week. And yes, we're actually going to have a breeze with almost 30-degree heat. If you'd like to participate in reporting news in Chilliwack and you have a story you think we should know about, send us a note to news@chilltv.ca. We'd love to hear from you. That's the news this week. Happy Canada Day. I'm Don Lehn.